have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme. We're too wild. We're too out of control. We're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance.
Al said I was supposed to act like Al, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, not
I'm
feminine
Kristen,
enough.
a black cat feline.
Not feminine.
And she is a fucking bitch!
Well, we've established that long ago, but go ahead.
For that is what else they call me.
No, they call you a $2 whore, but that's another story.
No, I'd also...
And a supporter of e-begging.
I would like to point out that I have been made fun of now for how long as Alex Otunga. From being season 1 of NXT, I have never gotten a chance.
And yet you claimed him instead of Alex Riley.
And you are the Rob Terry of Nexus. That's why you suck.
Yes, you're the Rob Terry of Nexus.
I am a tag team champion.
This is your second time as tag team champion. The first time you won, and then you had to lay down and let me, as Justin Gabriel, pin you.
And that was the greatest victory of your life.
No, it wasn't. I've been tag team champion 2 more times after that.
Which means you lost the title 3 times.
But see, while you two jobbers have been Core and Nexus, I was with Team Apple. The greatest faction that will go into history.
Fuck you, Mono. Shut up. Let's talk about Raw.
Yeah, let's do that.
Fuck you and your Apple.
I am Team Apple with Carlito. Okay.
Yeah, that's no. Just no, Steve. So I was actually out. I was not watching Raw for like the first half hour to 45 minutes. So when I came back, I was like, "Hey, Kristen, what happened on Raw?" And she was like, "Michael Cole said the word bastard."
Yeah, we did.
And so I was like, wow, on this whole entire show so far, that's all that's been happening? Michael Cole said the word bastard?
That was the only real important thing that happened.
Whoa, hold up. With the exception of that, there was another thing that wasn't PG on this show, and that was Kelly rubbing her ass on one of the Bella twins.
Yeah, but she did that last week, too.
That's still not PG. That does not get accepted. All right, Raw. Anyways, we started off Raw with technical difficulties. With R-Truth trying to cut a promo, and they tried to mute him, but it was a conspiracy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was even funnier, because he's talking about this whole conspiracy against him, and then they didn't even give him sound.
They would refuse to give a black man sound. I am pissed.
You know what? You know who I think is the cause of this? I think it's DX in the sound truck outside, and they're just screwing with him. And next week he's going to try and cut a promo, and his voice will be high-pitched. They'll be like, "You think this is funny?"
Yeah, that would work. I would not mind
that.
Except that Triple H is stuck in Connecticut trying to figure out how to get Sin Cara back over, and Shawn Michaels is doing whatever.
Well, Shawn Michaels...
Preaching the Lord.
I think it could work with Shawn Michaels. He's from the South. He could do that. It's a racist thing, right? He's black, right?
Yeah,
so
but he's
Hey, don't accuse Shawn Michaels of being racist. Shawn Michaels is not racist.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels... Okay, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, do not ever take what Kristen says as being completely true when it comes to Shawn Michaels.
What are you talking about? That is true. He knows how to speak jive.
It is all just being said so she can get in and get in the same room with him at least, so rape can take place.
Whatever. I live in the same town as Evan Bourne now. My priorities have changed.
Oh boy, we'll get to Evan Bourne later. But yeah,
yes, we will.
Anyways,
that's gonna be a fight.
Anyways, no, it's not gonna be a fight. Actually, it's gonna be probably us celebrating. But anyways, R-Truth cuts his promo. Finally, sound comes back on. He starts picking on who he claims is Lil Jimmy. He's calling everybody Lil Jimmy now. I don't know what the obsession with that name is, but okay. And he picks at the father.
It's a Macho Man tribute.
Oh yeah. Anyways, he goes after the father and says, "Don't you have something to say? You have something to say? Say it!" And in this response, "What's up?" Obviously, bound to get a pop, which is fine enough because that's R-Truth is just good at that. So then Cena comes out, he pulls his usual Cena, R-Truth pulling R-Truth. Fucking Kristen decides to ring up everybody and tell everybody they're fighting tonight. Woo, what a surprise.
Does everyone know the running joke that I'm the general manager?
Okay, the running joke...
If you don't know, then...
If you don't know the running joke.
The running joke, for any of you that don't know, is that Kristen has the same ringtone as the GM's little...
My text message thing makes the same noise.
Oh, text message thing, same shit. Anyways, so pretty much that's our running joke. Anytime that goes in, Kristen decides to message us and says, I have something to say. I usually say something like, I'm going to destroy her phone or some shit like that. Or I'm going to shove her phone down her throat like Kane did in Cena Weevil, but let's be on point.
I did not know this was a running joke. I actually thought Kristen was the real general manager. You just
I totally am the general manager.
Yeah.
Steve, you broke kayfabe.
Oh.
You did break kayfabe. Anyways,
I'm Vince
Can I say something about R-Truth real quick?
Go ahead.
Because I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Maybe I like that he's heel just because he wasn't doing shit as a face other than what he's been complaining about, dancing and singing and whatever. And that was basically all they did with him. Other than I guess he got a U.S. title run once, right?
For 2 weeks, and the Miz got it back.
So I like that they're doing something with him. I don't know how much I like the gimmick that he has. Like I'm torn. Like I'm still on the fence about it.
Well, I love the gimmick.
I like it more than what he was doing.
Calm down with the racial slurs, Kristen. I know you're from Texas, but gee.
Shut up, Al.
Anyways, my point was, I think it's actually better for him, only because this... Let me just ask you people this. What gimmick, the R-Truth gimmick with him dancing, or this gimmick he has now, which one looks more believable as a world champion if they do decide to make him world champion?
Well, this one, obviously.
So I think they're going somewhere with it. Granted, WWE has a fucking long list of history of screwing over guys, but this gimmick has actually helped R-Truth become more over than what he really was. I mean, he's getting probably the biggest pops of a heel next to probably Miz. And he's probably getting bigger pops than Miz, to be quite honest. Punk. There you go, Punk. But I'm saying this gimmick to me has been so entertaining, and I hope they don't fuck it up because I don't care what the fuck Johnny Thunder says. This gimmick has just been the best.
Also, this is a work in progress. The gimmick really just started, so I like it, but I can't say it will be great in the time in the future, or it's going to suck because, things change. Obviously, look at the Mankind gimmick when it first started in 96, and then look at him in 99. Big differences. So, let's wait on this. Let's see what happens. I want to see where this goes.
We'll give it a chance. But anyways, up next we got...
Oh, wait, can I say one more thing, too, that you got? Because this was a reoccurring thing in the show, so... All of a sudden now, Cole and King are just cool with each other now.
They're sitting right next to each other. I was pointing that out because I saw that
happened.
on camera.
Now, here's the funny thing. It's not even like Michael Cole completely changed. It's not like Cole said, I'm sorry, I was an asshole, this, that, and the other. He's still that heel that sucks on Mrs. Dick every now and then and goes off and cheers for the heels. He still cheers for R-Truth. He still cheers for Miz. He no longer has that coal mine, which was the over-the-top thing about his gimmick. So pretty much his gimmick just died just out of nowhere.
I just don't like the idea that he just all of a sudden they're cool after the 3 months of just torture. Cool.
This was longer than 3 months too. This was the longest feud that's been going on in the WWE as far as recent memory goes. This had the most build up going into WrestleMania.
I think Scott from the WWE Review guys said this, and I totally agreed with it. I think maybe for I don't know, maybe not too long, maybe a month or something, they just kind of got rid of Cole, and then like slowly just kind of bring him back onto commentary, and he could still be like he is right now. I think just automatically making them cool with each other, that bothers me.
It is what it is. I mean, the only thing they're doing different as of now is that Cole is no longer over the top, like with this whole coal mine over there, his orange suit that he wears when he wrestles. By the way, he looks so bad when he wears orange.
He looks like an orange condom.
Yeah, basically.
He looks like okay, moving on. I've talked about Cole long enough.
Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston is next.
Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston. Now, may I add, Dolph Ziggler is back to repping that beach blonde hair, except it's now in the form of when he got the haircut.
I like it. I like the bleach blonde.
Yes, Kristen.
They let him grow it back.
Kristen sent me these notes from her when she was writing notes about Raw, and she actually has it put in there in big caps. Yay! Dolph Ziggler has his hair back.
Because for weeks I've been calling him tall Evan Bourne.
Yeah, Evan Bourne with a growth spurt, as I call him. But anyways,
and muscle development.
No, Evan Bourne's pretty ripped. But
shut up.
Evan Bourne is totally ripped. We
Yeah.
can talk
you would
about
know.
that in the next episode.
Yeah,
In
you
the
would
next
know,
part. In the
Kristen.
next part.
How about yeah, whatever. Anyways, so the Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston have their match for the billionth time. It was what it was. It was their typical match. It's always good to see Dolph Ziggler and Kofi Kingston go at it. They always have good chemistry. Of course, they'll have better matches on pay-per-views, and it looks like they're leading towards a U.S. title feud with these two. The only problem I have with that is that I was hoping that Dolph Ziggler would move up a level, because Dolph Ziggler is better than that at the moment, and it's like, why are you pushing him back down here when you were doing all this with him here for the world title?
Plus, he has like the automatic, easy heel heat with Vicky.
Pretty much.
All she's got to do is talk, and everybody boo. She's like the most. Forget about Miz being getting the most heel heat. Vicky gets the most heel heat in the WWE.
Wait, what the heck is that?
But
What,
I think
what, guy? Hey, what the heck? I'm hearing something in my speakers right now. Are you getting this? Are you getting this?
It's probably me. Oh, hello.
Oh, hi.
Oh my God! It's Johnny Thunder.
A random stranger is in our call.
Yeah, but he's not allowed to talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
I like everything.
Yeah. Anyways, we were in the middle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call a cameo.
Bye.
Our cameo it was.
Yeah. Swerve. Vince Russo swerved, by the way.
The
Anyways.
next, are we anything else about Dolph? Al?
Okay.
Dolph?
Well,
I didn't see.
Oh, you didn't
that,
see that part.
But what I can say is, yay! Dolph has his hair back.
Finally.
We
All right.
did.
But I wanted to add that the reason why I think they paired him with Vicky was to get him some heat, because, like you said, Vicky is a heat magnet, and when you have a heat magnet and you want to get someone else over, obviously you want to attract that heat magnet to somebody that you want to have that heat as well.
My girlfriend's a dick magnet.
Actually,
My
I don't
girlfriend.
think they're dating anymore. I think they're just business associates.
Pretty much. But anyways, this all
Oh.
together. Dolph Ziggler defeats Kofi Kingston with the zigzag. Like I said, it was a good match. I don't know what you guys thought of it.
I thought it was a
wasn't
great
paying
match.
attention. At this point, I was trying to figure out how to do split screen on my computer.
Well, it was their typical match. Next, we got Alberto Del Rio in his Audi, and then he shows a clip of him running over the Big Show with his freaking leg, and
My leg.
yeah. How he was able to run over that big fuck is beyond me, but okay.
I don't remember this promo even happening. I don't know if maybe I dozed
You
off.
were
I don't know.
really, really into finding out about that split screen then, Chris.
Yeah, I was. I didn't even know this promo happened.
But yes, Alberto. All right, my biggest problem with Alberto Del Rio is that, I mean, he's a great heel, great all that. The problem I have with him is now he comes out and he grabs the mic and he goes, "My name is Alberto Del Rio." Like he forces the heat onto him. It's like, come on, we know you're Alberto Del Rio. You don't need to do that. I mean, another guy by the name of Armando Alejandro Estrada used to do the same thing, but he would never like force it, like as if he's forcing the heat onto him. and I don't think Del Rio needs to do that. So
What is it? I would like to ask this. What is it with Hispanic people like Carlito, Armando Alejandro Estrada, and
Del Rio,
yes, Del Rio. I was going to think of someone else, but yeah, him.
Razor Ramon,
What is it with all of them saying their names? They all like to say their names.
in third
My
person.
name is Carlito.
Carlito.
Hey.
Hey, look, Johnny Thunder came back.
Uh-oh, swerve.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
he-
this Rev? I was gonna be on mute and just listen to you, but you had
Yeah.
to break back.
Yeah,
sorry.
nice, Kristen.
All right, well,
Well, now he's going to go away.
okay, you could be our live audience.
Kristen's
Okay.
fucking things up.
Just
like-
go on mute.
Whatever.
You have-
Shut up, Al.
You have famous indie manager Johnny Thunder on the line right now. This is your first ever guest, and I'm making myself a guest. So ask
Whatever.
me.
I'm the guest.
No, I'm the wrestling manager. What have you done in the wrestling business? The Raw GM does nothing.
Actually,
Like, look, an awful episode of Raw.
no,
you
no,
do a good job
Kristen.
at that.
Kristen, I think Johnny has made a good point. You have not gotten freaky with Justin Gabriel, Shawn Michaels, or Evan Bourne. So technically, you haven't done anyone in the wrestling business
Shut
or
up,
anything.
Alex.
Here we
And
go.
you haven't done anything either.
I am a tag team champion.
You're a Rob Terry.
Yes. That's now going to be stuck with you for the rest of your life. But anyways, going on, we talked about, well, hold up. Do you guys have anything to say about the Albert?
I didn't realize this promo existed. I will
I
say
didn't
that
get to
last
see-
week I thought it was funny when Kane ran up to Big Show and was going, Show!
Oh.
Can I announce the next match? Because I wrote it down funny in my notes, and Al can attest to that. Because I
Yes.
think
All right.
I literally put in my notes for this match. I put some diva tag team versus some other diva tag team.
Who are twins. Anyways, yeah, it was Kelly and Eve Torres versus the Bellas. And, okay, you guys are going to call me crazy for this, but watching this, Eve Torres has improved greatly. I have to say.
I always thought she had improved.
No, but
greatly.
this match really solidified her improving. Like, just... Alright, she's not, of course, up there with guys like Shawn Michaels or anything, but she's...
She doesn't get an
Liz.
Austin reaction. She doesn't get an
Oh, yeah,
Austin
that's
reaction.
right. No Austin reaction. Okay, I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Anyways, but Eve Torres has improved greatly. Fuck what Travis says. Eve Torres has improved amazingly.
I've always thought so.
I
But
would
I
like-
think
I would-
this match was basically WWE showing us that Kelly Kelly's going to get the belt soon.
And Kelly has also improved.
I think
I
she
was-
deserves the belt. I think she is getting, out of the divas anyways, the most, like, face crowd reaction.
She's been getting that since, like, 2008. I said in 2008 she deserved the belt. I said in 2009 she deserved the belt. 2010, not so sure. I don't remember what they were doing there at that point, but I always said Kelly deserved the belt. So
I've always said Kelly deserves the D. Kazam!
lame.
When
Anyways,
did you come into watching Raw, Al, tonight?
I came in during this match, so I came in at probably the worst possible point.
But yes, as we were saying earlier, Kelly rubbed her ass. Kelly rubbed her ass in one of the Bella Twins' face. I don't care which one, Nikki or Brie. I mean,
Does it really
And I
matter?
would like to repeat again that when I said that they had an ass fetish, Monoxide said, "Don't all guys? That's what guys do."
No.
I would
never
also
said
like
that.
to point out that I have not made an argument against what Kristen has said. All I'm going to say is it's an absolutely beautiful sculpture that I am sure if there was a being in the sky who was called God, he was probably giving that to men as a gift. So thank you, Joe Pesci.
Now, why is like? It seems like WWE's steering away PG. I mean, we'll get to that in the next segment, which was... Well, before we get to that, what did you guys think of the match?
Diva match.
Match.
It was a little better than usual, I guess.
It was fantastic. It was probably one of the best matches I've ever seen.
Johnny Thunder,
Oh.
everyone.
Johnny Thunder.
Oh, was your favorite Divas match Melina versus Alicia Fox?
It was pretty good.
That was the best match ever.
Yes, it was.
That was
So-
better than both Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, and the Triple H Undertaker match. It tops them.
See, it was so good
Lena versus
that
Alicia Fox.
no, it was so good that you can't remember any other great matches.
I remember watching that episode of Tough Enough, and like when she said that Stone Cold's head looked like it was gonna just explode.
I was hoping at that moment he would give her a stunner, but that didn't happen.
Like his brain was just going the back of
honestly, I could tell that she was, and this is off topic, everyone I know, but that's how we do things. I was actually hoping that he would make fun of her for saying that stupid ass catchphrase, Divalicious. I wanted to stab her for that. I wanted to actually take my fist and run it down her throat just for saying that stupid little catchphrase. I hated that. My opinion on the women's match. I think I came in at the point where there might have been a wardrobe malfunction with the Bellas, one of the Bellas, but it seems the Divas matches are so good nowadays that as the match is actually taking place, literally every second that goes by, it erases in your memory what happened the second before. So you literally are watching the match and you won't remember what happened a second ago because it just continuously goes and erases your memory of the match. It's that good, folks. Literally, it's that good. You won't remember shit. It's like The Hangover, okay?
Moving on.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, now
I have a battery up my nose.
Awesome.
Johnny Thunder, everyone.
Awesome. Anyways.
Are you like his announcer?
Yes.
Anyways.
I have Johnny
ring
Thunder's
announcer.
personal ring announcer.
You're the Ricardo Rodriguez of Johnny Thunder. Anyways, we get Cole in the ring, and this is where I bring up the PG thing again. But Cole's in the ring. He talks about Alex Riley and how he unjustly attacked The Miz. Alex Riley comes out to a surprisingly big face pop. Freaking, they go at it for a little bit, and then Cole calls him. Get ready for this, all right? You might want to close your ears for those who have children ears.
Johnny,
Bastard!
watch out.
I'll mute the mic. Okay, go on.
Bastard! Oh my God!
Aside from that, though.
Okay, so he calls him a bastard. Alex Riley gets pissed, tosses him to the ground. He looks like he's about to attack Michael Cole. Miz comes in, beats the shit out of him for a bit. Miz is like, I made you, this, that, and the other. Alex Riley comes back and attacks him and beats the shit out of him, and then Miz runs away. Okay.
I was thinking that Alex Riley would get his ass kicked for the whole entire time, but that did not turn out to.
Here's my fear. This is my fear of the match. This is my fear of what's going to happen. They are going to build up Allie, shut up. Anyway, I'll wait until he shuts up.
Well, while he's doing that, I'd like to say that I love the promo, and I love Alex Riley's new theme.
Yes,
All right.
You have that written down in your notes. I like Alex Riley's theme. My mom was saying the same thing.
You know what else I should have written down in my notes? Al makes everything sound sarcastic and stupid.
Okay, so as I was saying.
Sorry.
So my only problem going into this is it's not that it's bad. I mean, you're building up Alex Riley. Fine. All fine and dandy. But knowing WWE's history with messing up with guys, my biggest fear is that it's going to lead into a pay-per-view match between the two, Miz and Alex Riley. And the pay-per-view match is going to end up Alex Riley just basically killing whatever heat, or Miz killing whatever heat Alex Riley has. Because if anyone can remember back in 2004 when Hardcore Holly returned to face Brock Lesnar after a neck injury, they were building Hardcore Holly up like he was going to kill Brock Lesnar. He was going to fucking snap the guy in half. And then what happens? Royal Rumble comes, Hardcore Holly loses in 7 minutes, and looks like a bitch. That's my only fear with this, especially since Alex Riley has been made to look like a bitch ever since being Miz's manager. That's my only fear.
I'm going to try and be optimistic because I liked tonight's show, so...
Well, yeah, I'm going to try and be optimistic with this, too. I like that Alex Riley's getting a push. Actually, I've been an Alex Riley fan ever since NXT Season 2, and now he's actually getting generally pissed off when he would just get thrown to John Cena to the job, because he never got to show off that he was an actually good wrestler.
Her velvet touch preys on the weak.
Johnny Thunder, everybody.
Oh my God, that theme, Johnny Thunder.
Anyways,
All right, I think
Johnny Thunder is singing Winter's TNA theme. I just want.
yeah,
everyone-
that's a TNA.
No, wait, hold up. It's not TNA. It's Impact Wrestling.
What's that?
of the wicked.
Where wrestling matters, apparently. But okay.
Where talking matters.
Anyways, the next match we have
Well, hold
CM
up.
Punk versus Rey Mysterio.
Wait, are we done with Alex Riley?
Yep, I just made it to where we're done.
Oh, thank you. This is our show, damn it. We
I
thought
just
we had-
totally skipped.
Steve, she's a female.
Good point. Anyways, CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, as you noted. Okay, so CM Punk, Rey Mysterio have their basic little Raw match. It was very good. But
Well, wait, with Nextista.
Nextista.
Nextista, Batista, whatever you want to call them.
I like Nextista. It rolls off the tongue better.
Nextista, alright. We'll call him Nextista then. But anyways,
Good call, Al. Good call on Nextista.
Yes, I did something worthwhile.
you're still Rob Terry, though. Anyway,
Shut up.
so, anyways, this was a good match. I'm just surprised. Like, my eyes bulged out of my head when CM Punk won. I mean, we made note of this, or somebody made note of this. The last match CM Punk won on pay-per-view was Extreme Rules 2010.
Yeah.
Okay? He has not won a pay-per-view match since then. That's sad. I'm sorry. Especially...
And the fact
I
that
think
he's
they're
kept
trying
his
to
heel-
appease him to try and keep him on.
like
on
the fact that he's
WWE.
kept the fact that he's kept his heel heat though from losing just shows how great of a competitor he is and how great of a heel he is. I would also like to point out that I think I said this to Kristen. The Nextista, he like shaved himself and he kind of actually looked like Christian Bale to me. I don't know why.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, he looked like
I
Christian Bale if he was on roids.
I always thought that the best thing they should do with Mason Ryan is that they should get him to grow the little like goatee thing that Batista has, and then he should wear the Batista trunks, do the Batista entrance with the music and everything, and just call him Batista.
Didn't you already say that on Cracked Skulls Light, aka T and K?
Even though our show was before your show.
You
Guys,
just went
guess-
back in time and started it.
Guess what I'm doing right now?
What?
I'm watching Rory Fox versus Haku from WWF Metal 2001.
Johnny Thunder, everybody!
In fact, our show is not the light version because you just admitted to watching our show, and me and Travis hadn't watched y'all's.
Ultimate Warrior
No,
versus
I
Haku.
actually I paid people to watch it for me. I paid
Yeah,
them
sure,
to do
Al,
all
whatever.
my menial tasks.
Al, Rob Terry.
Oh, nah.
I'm muting my mic and crying in the corner. I hate you.
Bye! You can. Alright, Kirsten, you want to be the guest host now? Or the co-host?
Sure.
Am
Okay, goodbye, Al. Anyways.
Who am I then? Who am I?
You're
Johnny
the guest.
Thunder, everybody!
You're now the guest.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so anyways, Punk won. That's shocking. Anybody else want to say anything?
No, not really.
Johnny?
Can we skip the karma thing?
Can-
We've already yelled about it.
Yeah, we're gonna skip the Carmen.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Yes.
Well, I met this lady and she told me quite a story. Said I'd love her forevermore. But the
Stop
trouble is,
singing
the tell-
Shut up!
lyrics.
Stop! Shut up, Johnny!
Anyways, as we were saying, we're gonna skip.
What
the
happened
Carmen
while I
thing.
was gone?
Nothing much.
We're skipping the karma thing because me and Mono's already yelled about it.
We
Oh
already
yeah,
argued about
everyone. Steve and Kristen, Monoxide and Kristen, they are a divorced couple, and they will just consistently argue at the same things over and over again. They won't let it go.
He
That's why-
won't let it go.
This. Lies. Anyways, next segment. Evan Bourne versus Jack Swagger.
Yay, Evan Bourne!
Did Evan Bourne win?
Yes!
Okay, this is what I did. This is exactly what I did. I had a Gatorade bottle, like, right on the table, right? And after Evan Bourne won, I took a look at my Gatorade bottle, looked to see if there was, like, LSD in my drink or some shit like that. Just to make sure I wasn't hallucinating or some shit. Then I looked, and Jack Swagger had the confused look on his face. Evan Bourne was in victory, and I'm like, what? Evan Bourne, the guy who's been jobbing, has won!
Now, me and Kristen,
Who was also in Team Apple.
Exactly!
me
Evan
and
Bourne-
Kristen disagreed on the results of this match.
Okay.
And I spoke my piece to her, and I want her to say her piece first, because then I'll say what I said.
You go first.
Okay, fine. What I said was that, wow, the win was not convincing to me. First of all, he won with a roll-up, which I don't mind someone winning with a roll-up. I do mind it if it's in what? This match was what? 3, 4, 5 minutes at the most.
It was 3
Okay,
minutes.
3 minutes. There we go. Winning with a roll-up that easily and that fast, the roll-up wasn't even that, like, it wasn't that big of a move. So it was so unconvincing for Jack Swagger to lose like that it didn't make Evan Bourne's win that much better. On top of that, Jack Swagger is a former world champion. When's the last time he looked like a former world champion or someone that could go for the world title when he can? I can't remember that time. I really can't. I think what they did with Evan Bourne having a win, that's fine, but make the match worthwhile. Evan Bourne's biggest win so far was over Chris Jericho on pay-per-view. And the match itself was great. He won convincingly. It was all great, okay? What does this do for Evan Bourne? He won against Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger wouldn't have benefited from this win either. I mean, sure, Evan Bourne, he's been losing a lot. Maybe he does need a win every now and then because the fans don't like to support a loser. But have him fight, get him into a program with someone more who has more star power. I mean, Jack Swagger. But the thing is, they don't have anyone right now like that. All the people that are like that, the John Cena, Randy Orton, they're champions. They're not going to have Jack Swagger go after John Cena or Randy Orton right now. They're not going to have Evan Bourne go after Jack Swagger or John Cena or Randy Orton. They're going to these poor guys in the mid card like Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler, Evan Bourne, Jack Swagger, etc., etc. They have nobody to actually benefit off of because all the people that they can benefit off of are in some other kind of feud. So they have a lot of young guys right now and no one to really put them over. So that's why I didn't think Evan Bourne's win was that much of a big deal. What do you have to say about yourself, Kristen?
Well, one, I think your two arguments, don't fit with each other. Maybe that's just me. Because you were talking... Anyways, I think...
What?
Well, you were talking about, how this wasn't a convincing win for Evan Bourne, and it, made Jack Swagger look back. And then you, went on this thing about how, well, none of them look good because none of them are legitimate. Because they don't fight anyone legitimate and blah, blah, blah.
Wow, way to disregard what I just said.
I didn't disregard what you just said. I summarized it.
I didn't realize I said blah, blah, blah.
Whatever.
Go ahead, say what you have to say.
I liked the win because for me, it played off of kind of what they did last week. Because last week, they had... Shut up. Don't laugh during my points, Al.
I coughed. I was drinking.
Fuck you. That was a laugh. Anyways. Johnny
Sorry.
Thunder, everyone.
Sorry, Johnny.
What was I saying?
Best argument ever. Come on!
right, Jack
I was
Swagger,
trying to remember what I was saying until
Something
you
about-
laughed and then made me mad.
Okay, Evan Bourne winning, it was a good thing.
Okay. Because last week, they had a match, Evan Bourne versus Jack Swagger, and Jack Swagger won. Overconfidently won. And he did his little push-ups and his victory lap and everything, and it gave Evan Bourne time to recover and kick him in the throat or something. He kicked him and then kind of ran off. And this match, they had the match again, and Jack Swagger was equally as cocky. He even did the push-ups on Evan Bourne, which I will let Al say his gesture now about that.
Jack Swagger, what is it with you and homoeroticism? Because your hand was on his ass when you were doing the push-ups, and you also had Drew McIntyre standing right above you with his little dangle patch right above your head while you were doing your push-ups. So, am I missing something, or is this just an Oklahoma thing? I don't know.
Okay, now that I let him do that, he was still really cocky about it, and his cockiness got in the way of him winning, which allowed Evan Bourne to get the roll-up. I think it's leading to a feud that's leading to, like, Jack Swagger's cockiness basically getting the best of him because he thinks he's just the shit, but then he loses to Evan Bourne because he's too overly cocky about himself. Will they do anything with this? Probably not. If I were to do it, I'd have them keep doing this thing until they got a pay-per-view match. But is that going to happen? Probably not.
Jack Swagger versus Evan Bourne, a pay-per-view.
But
no.
this two-match feud that they have going on, that's what I got from it.
It looks like it's going to be a program. I mean, because after all, they've had 2 matches in 2 straight weeks. And as you saw last week when Jack Swagger won and started doing his little running around the ring like a fucking chimpanzee, friggin' Evan Bourne comes out of nowhere and kicks him. So it was kind of interesting to see that, and I knew they were going to go somewhere with it next week, which obviously led to a rematch. And Evan Bourne won with a roll-up. Now, my only thing is this going to actually lead to something, or are they going to do like they did last year with Evan Bourne, where they were trying to push Evan Bourne, and then just out of the blue, they just stopped and just had him lose again?
Yeah, but they don't have a Chris Jericho to go against him. I mean, literally, I can only think of one person that could go against Evan Bourne, and he's on SmackDown. That guy is Christian.
His name is Haku.
Haku. Johnny Thunder, everybody. Anyways.
What was next?
Alright, but I just wanted to finish with this. Evan Bourne and Jack Swagger looks like it's going to continue. I have to agree with Chris on that. I'm not saying that Al points I can't disagree with, because he made valid points with Kristen in this, so I'm just going to say, let's wait until next week, see what happens. And
I'm sure nothing will happen next week.
And
I will be right!
And I will be right. Anyways, Truth talks to himself while he's walking, and then, woo, we got some Zack Ryder. With
the Internet Championship.
Yes.
I thought that was amazing. I wrote that to Steve and Kristen. I was like, woo, because, seriously? You get TV time with the champion showing off your prop IC title, now the Internet Championship? That's like a nerd's dream come true right there. You just fist bump with the champion.
Boom, boom. Anyways, here's my thing. When are you gonna realize that Zack Ryder is just fucking over?
Yeah, he got himself over.
No, but here's the thing that's bothering me. The WWE realizes he's over because there was reports from people who were at Over the Limit, and there was tons and tons of signs of Zack Ryder, like Zack Ryder next WWE champ or Zack Ryder the future, shit like that. WWE was purposely having people take those signs away and throwing them out. So that's showing you they don't want to get this guy over, or it seems like they don't want him to be over.
I think R-Truth, Zack Ryder, and WCW Chris Jericho should all form a faction against the WWE because it's a conspiracy! It's a conspiracy!
C-O-N! Conspiracy! Anyways.
R-Truth.
Johnny's favorite. Anyways. R-Truth versus John Cena.
Well, wait, can I say something else about Zack Ryder? Because I don't know if you guys do. I watch his little show that he has on YouTube.
Yes.
And realistically, I knew that like WWE's letting him do this, and so letting him make the YouTube show and letting him do the videos and whatever, because they're not just gonna let one of their superstars do that shit unless they're okay with it. But it kind of looked like it had this feel of like WWE isn't doing anything with me, so fuck it, I'm just gonna get myself over.
I mean,
and so now I hate that it's moving to WWE.com. I hate it.
Is it moving to
Yeah, it's moving.
Actually.
He announced on the last episode that it's moving to WWE.com.
And I would also like to point out that would probably be the most entertaining web show WWE's had since the Dirt Sheet.
Alright, I have honestly not watched any of his shows. I might now, since you guys are telling me they're very good. But, like I said, the only thing I have to say is even though I personally never cared for Zack Ryder, you have to understand, if a guy is over, you gotta utilize him some way. You can't just say, oh, well, he's over, but we don't want him to be over, so we're gonna try our best to bury him. That's an ongoing problem, and you can't do that.
I would like to tell the audience and Kristen and Johnny Thunder that Steve showed me a photo, and it reminded me a lot of what he has done on his episodes before. There was a Photoshop picture of his face on a small child's face, and it's being pushed on a swing, and by like a parent. And the caption reads this: "This is the WWE," and it's referring to the parent.
The parent. And
then this is Zack Ryder, the child with the Zack Ryder face. This is the WWE not pushing Zack Ryder.
Because it's true.
He does that in his shows too. Like there's one of him where he's trying to where it looks like he's trying to climb over a fence, and somebody asks him, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm trying to get over."
And then there's another one where it's like Zack Ryder's action figures on a boat, and this is like, this is the boat. This is Zack Ryder. They showed a shovel. This is the WWE. Hits on the ground, misses the boat. This is the WWE missing the boat on Zack Ryder.
Yes. That's pretty clever.
There's another one with a picture of his face on a basketball. And the basketball is the WWE. The face is Zack Ryder. Drops the ball. This is the WWE dropping the ball on Zack Ryder.
All right, don't spoil it anymore because I'm going to watch some of those now.
Okay.
Anyways, so we get to R-Truth versus John Cena. Johnny Thunder's like hatred for the man.
I don't hate him.
Oh yeah, that's right. You love him now. That's right.
I like all WWE superstars.
That's right.
And divas. And
divas. And you like Michael Cole?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Anyways, so we get this match, and it was, 4 minutes? R-Truth wins by a count-out. I don't even remember what happened in the match, other than afterwards, R-Truth took a drink and threw it in the face of the father that he was talking to earlier in the night that said, "What's up?" to him. And that ended the show.
Johnny,
mm-hmm.
do you, especially after tonight, do you like R-Truth now? Do you like R-Truth?
Johnny's gone, everyone.
I think I made his head explode.
I like R-Truth.
Johnny Thunder, everybody!
Oh my god, I need to save that audio clip.
I like everybody in the WWE.
Anyways,
that's all I got, man. I enjoyed Raw tonight.
Just because Evan Bourne won and you get to see Dolph Ziggler's hair?
Not because just Evan Bourne won. I enjoyed Raw tonight, and it's the first time in a while that I feel like I enjoyed Raw, and everybody fucking hated it. I hate when I like Raw and then everybody hates it, because then I feel like everybody's raining on my parade.
Hey.
Because most of the time I like hate it. It makes me mad. Some of the stuff that they do, and I liked it today. I liked Raw tonight.
Honestly,
I don't give a damn what anybody says.
Now,
I think it's a polarizing effect because you're a female. I think that must be why it is. That's the only reason I can imagine.
You know how I feel now about the whole Shawn Michaels Undertaker one thing, only vice versa. I was the only one that thought the match was not this 5-star classic that everybody calls it, but I was always alone in that boat, so now you get to feel how it feels.
Well, I was alone in the Triple H Undertaker, too.
No.
Everybody loved that, and I didn't like it. I didn't really like it at all.
Kristen, you're not alone in that boat. There are people who thought it was boring and all that. Actually, that match is evenly split. Half people thought it was boring, half people thought it was classic. So actually, you're not alone on that.
Well, I think you should shut up.
Well, I think you should shut the fuck up, Al.
Well, I think you should shut the
Don't
fuck up.
clear your throat at me, Johnny Thunder. I will say it if I want to. It is a damn free country.
I will tell you to shut the fucking hell up, motherfucker.
You cannot say that, Al. You are way too white.
Way too white. So overall, Raw, I guess it was... I mean, looking back on it, it was okay. I didn't enjoy it as much as Kristen here, but... like I said, CM Punk going over and Evan Bourne going over, that was fine to me. Eve Torres showing how much she's improved, fine. R-Truth being awesome. Yes, I said that, Johnny. Awesome.
I agree. He is being awesome.
Thank you. And building up to, hopefully, what is going to be Alex Riley getting over with The Miz. And, yeah, we'll see what happens from there. Overall, it was an okay Raw, I guess.
I really enjoyed Raw, but... We did skip the Karma thing because before we even started recording, me and Steve got into like a 10-minute argument.
Was it 10
Yeah,
minutes?
which
was
I
fucking
like.
long.
I hopped in on that.
And
'cause I
Al
was like,
Al lied to me because he said there'd be no arguing.
Yep.
I did not lie to you. I was
Mr.
not.
Otunga.
I was not in the call. Silence. I was not in the call to prevent this argument from happening.
You lied
because
to
I
me.
was
You said there would be no arguments.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the viewing audience, all the gentlemen out there, you will never be able to please a woman, ever.
Al won't, anyways.
Ooh, that's nasty. Okay, come on. That's too. I called him the Rob Terry of Nexus.
Come on.
That really no.
That's-
That one
was-
hurt. That
I'm
one
sorry,
hurt.
Al.
That
I'm
was low
sorry,
blow.
Al. You put it up on the tee, and I had to swing at it.
David Otunga can retire, but that's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life.
Twitter.
No, you'll still be the Rob Terry of Nexus.
Sorry.
I'm gonna tweet about this.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Al. I'm
Tweet.
sorry.
No, I was enjoying this, and now I'm just I feel like I just want to go to bed and eat my Americone Dream by Ben and Jerry's and watch The Notebook, and 'cause that really hurt. That hurt.
That is a whole nother set of jokes. I'm going
I'm
to
go-
bed. I have work.
Oh yeah, she has work tomorrow, people, because she's a jobless hobo.
Exactly. And Al, we actually have another segment to
Oh
talk
wait,
We
about.
do
who
have
pays
another
their own
segment.
rent? Who?
What's
Who
up?
here pays their own rent?
I do.
do.
You guys are bullshitters.
Dude, I owe every 2 weeks on a Tuesday to pay my parents for rent.
Joe,
Every day after work.
I pay my own rent.
I pay my rent too. You know what I pay it with? Monopoly money. Don't tell my mom.
I'm gonna tweet Randy Savage and see what he's up to.
Kristen wants to leave because she's no fun and she doesn't want to stay for the whole show. She can't take
Kristen
the
wants to leave
heat.
because she's going
She-
to work 8
she-
hours in the heat tomorrow.
She can't take the fire. Of
Yeah, I
that
can't take the
show.
fire when you were about to cry due to my last comment.
You have no soul.
That's
People-
what some people tell me.
I have had her. I have touched her at
Yeah.
WrestleMania. I
That
touched her
sounds
hand.
so wrong. No, he did not.
I touched
He
her
had you,
hand.
and he touched you.
I touched her hand because she had her hand on my camera. I go to get the camera and I touch her hand. She was as cold as ice. Oh my god, they were so cold and unforgiving, and they would not let go.
Because I am actually a vampire, but not one of those gay kinds that glitter.
Oh, like Twilight, where you sparkle. And
Well, I'm
Wow,
the,
you totally just missed the last part of my comment where I said I don't sparkle.
I'm the Gnome King.
Yes, and he is the Gnome King,
And
and
I'm
I am the
apparently-
Queen of the Underworld, and Steve is an
No!
11 times dead zombie
no!
with a cat nose.
No!
Yes,
I
and
forgot-
Griffin Wing.
No, no,
and
and
Griffin
And
Wing.
Al is king of the vampires, who is also Johnny's half brother, because Johnny was actually adopted by the Gnome King.
People, I hate this game because every time she gives me something, it takes it away. I get like a laser gun. Oh no, you can't have that anymore.
Whoa! I never gave you a laser
You
gun.
know what I mean.
All right, I'm
You
gonna-
know what I mean.
I can just see the people commenting right now. Not any of you get no pussy whatsoever. And Kristen,
Actually,
I don't.
nobody's probably gonna make it to this part of the video. They've stopped like, minutes ago.
I'm sorry, but we actually have people that listen to our show all the way to the end, and it's an hour long. You people,
you.
you know what? I can still see the commenters though. Okay. I would like to point out some of us are not virgins. I am not raising my hand right now, but someone here in this call is. I am sure of it. Okay, let me get someone
I'm
that is.
sure a couple people are.
I am.
Okay,
Steve, by the way, I just killed you. You know,
What
You're
am I,
now
12
12
times?
time dead zombie.
When is this game gonna stop?
Oh,
Actually, you missed the new and improved part of the game where
Oh.
Johnny tried to trick me into marrying him to getting half of ownership of the underworld, but then I made him sign a prenuptial agreement, and then I kicked him out of the underworld.
how did you
What?
get to own half of the underworld,
her
Chris?
story is so twisted. Her story is so twisted. That's not what happened.
Yes, it is what happened. And then
How did-
Johnny begged me to take him back, and I said I'd have to think about it.
Oh
You
my God,
Kristen,
I'm lost now.
Kristen, how did you get to have half of the underworld? How much do I have? I am the vampire lord.
You don't own the... I'm the queen of the underworld. I own the underworld.
What
You're
are we talking about?
This is king of the vampires and Johnny's half-brother.
I already
And
killed
Rob
Alex. So remember, I killed Alex. He was on the cliff, and he's like, "Brother, help me!" And I'm like, "Long live the king!" And I took his hands off, and he fell and got trampled. on.
Yeah, it's-
I'm
you died.
confused.
Even though
Wow, a Lion King scene. Really, Johnny?
I lost you when you started saying prenuptial agreement.
Seriously, Johnny, you just stole a
Johnny-
Lion King scene.
Johnny and I got married for a brief time, but he didn't know I got him to sign a prenuptial agreement, so he was trying to take over the underworld, but then I divorced him and kicked him out.
Kristen,
All right.
you have the
I did-
most vicious circle of internet relationships.
serious.
Let's see, like you fuck Paul in the back. You have very vicious sex in the back with Paul. Undertaker
That's
010 is
That's
matches.
only in call. And that's
It's the
only to
internet.
explain why David doesn't have our two characters, even though we're supposed to be quote
Oh my
together,
God.
ever walk out. That is a whole nother set of arguments.
Okay,
Dude,
people. I honestly,
This
I
is
think,
cracked
I think,
skulls, not call talk.
yeah, I think this would be best if we have Kristen leave now because she's fucking the whole show up.
Okay,
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna stay now. Damn it!
Steve, you're
Oh,
back
God.
alive. Steve, you're back alive now. I put you.
Well, that brings joy to my heart.
Steve, you know what? You know what I
Well,
just
you
did?
know what? I killed him.
Well,
Oh, wow, now I'm a 13.
No, 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 no,
What the fuck you do?
Steve. I'm bringing you back to life, and I'm giving you 20-second invulnerability.
All right, and I'm about to hear it. I'm dead now. Okay, come on, say it. Come on, right now.
Yeah, you have
No,
to wait.
I'm gonna let you live, mostly because I don't want you in the underworld.
Oh my God.
Okay,
You-
let's.
Kristen, please marry me again. I love you to
No,
death.
no, you're not tricking me again, Johnny.
No.
This is going to be like the intermission of the show. Instead of us playing
Yes.
music, we normally play a song after we
changed.
get our first topic done, but this is going to be the intermission here,
Kristen,
folks.
I donate money to the Underworld Children's Society to save the children.
I have now borrowed Mono from the underworld too, so he can technically never
You
die.
can't borrow me. I am not a thing. I am a human being.
Bar you from the underworld, not borrow. Bar
Even-
you.
Even
Why
then,
would she
you
want to
can't-
borrow you? She doesn't like you.
That's not true. I just barred him from the underworld because he keeps popping in and then leaving, and then popping in and then leaving. It's annoying.
Oh, there's a
Now-
there's
so
a sex
now you
joke
can
to be
no
made
longer,
with that.
You can no longer kill Steve because
I
he
would
can't
just
go
like
to the
I
other
would.
All right, so wait, hold
I'm
up.
raising my hand right now. My hand is raised. I would just like to point out that Kristen made a sex joke without knowing it.
Okay. First off, guys, listen. Since I killed the Vampire King, I took over his
my
army,
God.
and I joined the gnomes and the vampires together. We made Army World Order. Okay. It
Oh
was-
my God,
Yep.
no! All right, yeah. Then you know what, Johnny? You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm bringing back the DWO, bitch.
You're dead. I killed you. You followed and were trampled by.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
I'm
I
a
said-
vampire. I can't get killed by trampling.
Yes, well, now me and my minions here are gonna form Team Apple and take over you.
don't have any minions.
I now have minions. If you like to make
No,
up
you
rules, I
don't.
will make up rules.
Well,
You
I
have
just
no
I
minions
just
at
killed
all.
all your minions.
No, my minions are invincible. My minions have gun power now.
I
And they
can't.
will
I'm
attack
the
you.
only one that can grant people from not dying.
Yeah, well, I just
Because
changed
she
the
has the
rules.
power of life, Steve. She's a
I am now the Alexander the Great here and killing you all.
You can't. I'm the queen of the underworld.
Yeah, well, I just dethroned
Alexander
Well,
the Great is dead.
Now you're dead again, and I'm sending you to purgatory. So now you don't exist anymore.
you. What the hell? Why am I not? Oh god, this game sucks.
Hey,
I
don't
hate
let
this.
her send you to level 3 of Purgatory. In that movie I'm making for you, level 3 of Purgatory is watching Jenna Maraska versus Charmel in an Iron Man match for the rest of your life.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I will kiss your feet if you want me to.
But
Oh.
what? I am loaning you to Johnny.
Okay.
No,
Steve,
Oh,
Take-
see now you're
Yes.
loaning me to
Take it
people.
back. I'm loaning you to Al.
Steve,
What? I am
Steve,
a human being.
Steve, you're my second in command now with Army World Order. Okay.
Why
No,
can't-
she loaned me to him. She loaned him to me.
Oh my
I-
god.
I can do what I want with him.
I put a stake in your heart after
This is what I want you people to be doing to yourselves.
Steve, as your ruler, you know what I'm going to do?
I am a human being.
I command you to do two things and two things only. Make money and fuck bitches. That's all I ask.
Al, you're a good guy. Kristen, you fucking suck.
Well,
Johnny,
I'm killing you again.
no, you're not.
I'm sorry, Steve, but you can't fuck bitches and make money anymore.
Okay.
I tried to help.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What comes after 6?
7.
You're now like a 15 times dead zombie.
I am
And
now
you,
in the
you
underworld.
were dying.
You can't be in the underworld. I barred you from the underworld.
I took a key before you divorced me.
I changed the locks.
That's what you think. You didn't change the one I put in.
Crack
Damn
skulls,
it.
everybody. Thank you.
Then where was it?
Oh,
Yeah,
should we play
Steve.
music now?
No, I edited
This
it.
is a song that never ends.
I-
This is a
Kristen,
blood on my
Since you've never listened to the show, I just edit in the music. So,
Oh, okay.
But I don't think I will edit in any music, folks, because this has
We are
been the most
55
random,
minutes.
entertaining.
55 minutes and we're still not on our second topic.
I honestly, I think we just went for about 10 or 15 minutes of.
Of dead zombies, me being loaned to people,
Hey,
Well, now
hey,
you're dead.
and
Hey,
I'm dead, I'm barred, I'm in purgatory. I don't know where I
Steve,
am now.
do you remember at Six Flags when you got soaked in that water ride? That was funny.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
thank you for
Steve.
reminding me.
Steve, do you remember when Kristen hit you in the chest a bunch of times and knocked you over and you fell?
Yeah, that's when I became a 12 dead zombie or 11 dead zombie or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
I have now killed the
Oh,
Queen of
Steve,
the
you're-
Underworld. I
Steve,
am
you're
not-
alive again. You can't kill me. I'm already dead. I'm the queen of the underworld.
I'm just waiting for me to die again.
I said you- I
Go
said-
ahead, just say it.
I took your powers, like Thor's powers. I took your hammer. and
Well,
said-
I got them back. I got them back, and now I have taken your vampire army and given it back to Al. So now all you have is
No.
Al's again.
Yeah,
Alice-
and with my army and through the
Now you have to
power
keep with Al.
Cracks.
and through the power of sensual massages and my
Well,
army, I shall
Before Al says
Brother.
anything, just to make things even, I'm gonna give Steve a zombie army so that he can feud with you guys.
Listen,
yeah, then you're
brother.
gonna all die because you could say so.
Steve,
Brother,
Well, when? And then-
I don't, Steve, it seems that your only zombie army weakness was sensual massages, and my army is fantastic at giving sensual erotica massages, so
That's,
they are all dead.
Yeah,
I-
because this
and
woman can
I-
decide anything.
Steve, I give you a zombie army, and what do you do with it? You get them all killed. You're dead again. You're in the
I-
second level of purgatory.
I give up. I just give up with these people. I give up. I
Can we
get
talk about whatever y'all's next topic is?
no. Our
Yes.
next topic was going to be about Nexus and Karma. That's why we said go to work.
Oh, okay.
okay, listen, Alex.
Actually, I thought we were going to talk about Nexus.
okay,
Okay, then
Kristen.
we'll just talk about Nexus.
Alex wants to go to lunch in the underworld. Can you let him come?
No.
All right, okay. Just Alex, remember what I told you.
Wow, Johnny, he was trying to make a plan with me, and he literally just... You suck, Johnny. You just suck at this. Okay, let's try. I'm going to try with all my might. I'm going to try and pull this conversation back into a wrestling forum.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
I would talk about Nexus, but I'm dead and I'm not alive again.
You're in
But
purgatory.
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
like
I'm in
your
purgatory.
Steve. It's not like your opinion matters, anyways. I mean, you had a tie for a weapon at one point.
Yeah, and you are just a big musclehead that resembles Rob Perry.
Oh, now we're talking about wrestling again. Okay.
There we go. Let's go.
Okay, so
You're alive again.
Thank you.
Nexus.
Failure.
Yes, Nexus. It's what we wanted to do a rant about for some time now. So,
I guess we'll get the karma in the next episode. So fine.
yeah, me and Steve disagree at least on one point about Nexus. I disagree when Nexus became completely useless with him, but other than that, me and him both completely agree about what Nexus has become, at least.
All right. Let me just get this out of the way. I mean, I don't know if Al has a big rant lined up, but my big thing about this was, I think we can all agree, especially Johnny. I know he's gonna agree. The first night that they came out, and they did their little attack on Cena and CM Punk, Luke Gallows, the outside.
That was awesome.
It was great. It was amazing. It was
made
well
for
done.
great TV.
All right.
We were all like, holy shit.
No, but see, nobody seems to point out this and what made it so great. Wade Barrett was the one that won NXT. The others shouldn't have shown up because they were banned. But it was a perfect way to get all 8 on your Raw television show. Perfect way to get them all on the show without having to send the other 7 back to obscurity. It was so good, okay? Now, we've all disagreed on this point, but the one thing that really put a bad taste in my mouth was the firing of Daniel Bryan. That, to me, just, like, pissed me off beyond belief because, other than Wade Barrett, he was the other guy I cared for. Now you took him away, and now we only got one guy. All right. I may have overreacted at the time, thinking, oh, the Nexus is dead. I said to myself, you know what? Let's see where this angle goes. Okay? So, Raw happens, and Wade Barrett comes out. He brings out the 6 guys, excuse me. 6 guys come down to the ring. He asks them all to apologize. They unanimously say no. And we find out that the reason why they did that attack, which, again, was a genius idea, was because it was bigger than the title. It was bigger than John Cena. It was bigger than Raw. It was about fighting the system. It was fighting WWE and them being treated like animals, this and the other. Okay.
I liked that.
That's fine. Okay. Here's where the angle takes complete another...
Where they started only feuding with Cena?
Okay. Well, let me expand on that. Because, first off, the biggest problem with this group of people were Wade Barrett was the only one allowed to really have a standout character. Everybody else was just mannequins behind him, kind of like how Legacy was. Randy Orton had the personality, but Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes were just there, okay? And it didn't help them at all. In fact, Ted DiBiase is still struggling to get his career over.
It especially didn't help when they were when Wade Barrett handed the mic over to them and they were supposed to, show their characters, and then they fucking blew.
Okay, but anyways, we get to the fact that now Wade Barrett's the only one with personality. We get also to the fact that, like Kirsten just noted just now, it became from a fight with the system to just feuding with John Cena. Okay? What was the purpose in that? Okay? And to top it off, every single time they were made to look like shit against John Cena. No matter what the situation was, every Raw, they were made to look like pussies. Specifically, this is what caught my eye. The Raw before Money in the Bank. They all beat John Cena cleanly. Okay, fine. So then they say, oh, we're going to continually beat up on him. Okay, fair enough. John Cena punches one of them, runs out to the ring, no-sells everything they did. Mind you, they did like 3 finishers on him. Took a chair and just basically chased them out. Okay. Throughout SummerSlam, you buried them because you had, Justin Gabriel, Wade Barrett, and John Cena, last guys in the match. You DDT'd him on bare fucking floor, and then John Cena comes back, no-sells everything, and just wins. Okay? That's where the steam was really
That's
dying.
where they lost me, too.
And
Okay.
on top of that, I didn't know that you could just pin someone after they missed their finisher. Like, Justin Gabriel missed his 450. I think Cena pinned him after that, right?
Yep. Well, then again, you got to think that Justin Gabriel gets hurt when he does the move. So
Yeah, but I don't know if they could get a pin off of that. I've seen people miss moves like that in bigger matches and not get the pin.
Whatever. The whole idea is that killed their steam. What also killed their steam, to me, was that Wade Barrett never got the title. Now, I know what you're all going to say. It would have been too soon. This was the only time, this is one of those few times where it would have not been a bad thing to give Wade Barrett the title. It's like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was in WWE for like 4 months until he got the belt. Only 4 months.
They gave Sheamus the title, too.
No, but Sheamus was more of like Swerve or like out of nowhere type of thing. I mean,
Sheamus hadn't done anything other than retire Jamie Noble
Noble.
and attack a ring guy.
Hey,
Right.
Jamie Noble is a legend.
Okay, but moving on.
Agreed.
Wade Barrett should have won the title. He should have. That would have really boosted this angle, this Nexus angle. They win the tag titles, but really, their tag division sucks, so who really cared? So, Wade Barrett would have been great if he won the title, like Brock Lesnar, because he was just too dominant. Brock Lesnar was too dominant to go for a mid-card title. So, Same thing with Wade Barrett. He was too fucking over, and this angle, while I hated it and I thought it should have been done, the fact of the matter is it was the main thing of your company. It was the main topic, hit them and Cena. So Cena joins Nexus, and everyone's like, oh my...
That was really stupid.
No, everyone's like, oh my god, this is going to be great. Cena stays face, and he still looks bigger than the Nexus. All right? So he's only there for a month, and they already have this free or fired thing, where Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett at Survivor Series, and John Cena's the referee. And if Randy Orton won and retained the title, then John Cena was fired. And if Wade Barrett won the title, then John Cena was free. No matter what, there was some kind of big thing that was going to happen. We all had that in our mind that something big was going to happen. What happened? Okay, Randy Orton retained the belt, and John Cena had to be fired. Okay, we're thinking we're going to get a couple weeks without Cena, this, that, and the other. No. Every week he was made to go on TV and bury Nexus further for 3 weeks.
Even though he wasn't an employee.
What really pisses me off is that he cut a promo on the Raw following that pay-per-view when he was fired, basically. And it was like he was talking about going to see his mom for his birthday, and he was crying in the middle of the ring, and he went out through the crowd, and he was shaking everyone's hand, and it was such a moving, touching moment.
I love the part where he did the before I leave, I need to get one more thing, and all the guys chant Cena suck, and all the women and the kids chant Let's go Cena. Like, I love that part.
I thought that was it was a real moment. It was a real, genuine moment, and in wrestling, you get so little of that in today's world. So when John Cena, the top guy for WWE, does that, that was a big moment, and it made a lot of sense to me.
Okay.
And then what do they do? They literally the next week they just pissed on it.
They literally
off. They took a piss on it.
They not only took a piss on it, they would later take a big fucking steamer on it by having Wade Barrett get destroyed at TLC. And okay, so now you want to bring CM Punk back on TV as a in-ring performer. So what do? You have him the leader of Nexus. I'll admit this sparked my interest a bit. So I said, all right, let's see where this goes. Oh my god, has Nexus sucked hundreds times worse since CM Punk has been the leader.
Core was how the Nexus should have been booked.
Core, at one time.
At the beginning.
Yeah, at the beginning until WrestleMania came. But my big problem with this is that, okay, as much as I even hated Nexus prior, when Wade Barrett was the leader, at least they were the main focal point of the company. What are they now? They are nothing.
They are in the tag team and mid-card scene, and I'm sorry, but the only time I remember there being big...
and they pulled Batista out of retirement.
That too. The only time I can remember that there were any mid-card or tag team division factions was during the Attitude Era. Because there were a bunch of them.
Yes, and here's the big problem. How do you have Nexus lose to Santino and Vladimir Kozlov? I'm sorry, that does not apply to logic. But anyways, now the angle's still going. Yeah, they're still going, and apparently CM Punk wants this to be the dominant group in the WWE. All right, here's what I've got to say, and this is my final verdict on Nexus as a whole. This has got to be one of the most disappointing storylines ever created. This has got to be one of the worst factions I have ever seen. And don't bring Spirit Squad and fucking Mean Street Posse. They were made to be jokes. They were supposed to be, like, goofy gimmicks. This is a group that was supposed to be made to be dominant, and they were pussies. One of the worst factions ever, one of the worst storylines ever. I really hate this faction.
Something that I don't understand is Sheamus and John Cena at one point, they both joined up together against Nexus, and they both had steel chairs in the ring. And
I remember that. I liked that.
I liked that too.
Hated it.
I also don't know why Nexus, who had a few guys in the group that were just as big as John Cena and Sheamus, if not bigger, I don't know why they didn't all just go into the ring with chairs of their own or something and beat the shit out of them. Like, seriously, it's 7-on-2.
See, I defended that one with the fact that Sheamus was the WWE champion at the time. So he's supposed to be... Well, if you book your WWE champion right, they never do, but hypothetically, your WWE champion is supposed to be like the top guy in the company. He's supposed to be the guy. He's the man. So I felt like they should have been scared of Sheamus. He's the WWE champion. He's the top guy in the company. Granted, that's not usually how it goes, but
They weren't afraid of Randy Orton.
true.
See, this storyline proved that WWE does not know how to make new stars, especially since you want to go through the list of anybody that was in that faction, no matter how long they were in there. Okay, you got Daniel Bryan. He's on SmackDown now. He's struggling to get over. He's having a couple matches here and there. Darren Young is reduced to fucking NXT Redemption. I don't know why, because apparently he had a guaranteed contract. I mean, come on. Let's see. Michael Tarver talking on his cell phone in the back. Now he doesn't even
Yeah,
do
and
that.
then never comes back.
He just talks on his cell phone, never comes back. What are they going to do? Like with Zack Ryder, he just appears on TV with his television title, and he disappears? I don't know. But anyways.
They should form a tag team.
Anyway.
Who else do we have?
Wade
And
Barrett.
Husky Harris.
Husky Harris is back in FCW because apparently he's too fat. Michael McGillicuddy is having a fight with Charisma.
And he's losing the battle.
And he's losing the battle badly.
That was the best thing I've heard all day, not a joke.
Johnny, you can't laugh at that.
It's funny, though.
You can't
Anyways.
laugh at that.
Who else is it? Okay. You got the three members, Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, and Justin Gabriel, who are now with the core.
I feel like we're missing someone.
David Otunga, he's still Rob Terry of Nexus.
Skip Sheffield.
Skip Sheffield.
Yeah. I
got-
like Skip Sheffield.
Okay, he got hurt and was never brought back. What the hell? I mean, it's been a year, almost a year since he's been gone. All right, maybe I'm going too far, but it's been a long time since he's been gone. And you would think they'd bring him back or something.
I was
I
waiting
would-
for them to form a wolf pack of Nexus.
They did, the core. But anyway.
I would like to point out though that the only time when Nexus was booked right was when Alex Otunga was the leader for 2 minutes before CM Punk came and
shut
became
up.
leader again. That was the only time when Nexus was booked right. Go ahead and try and form an argument.
Anyways, this fucking faction sucks. I don't care what anybody says. I think this faction was a complete fail because if you want to put layman's terms, this faction failed for a multitude of reasons. One, they were never made to look dominant. Two, most of them did not have a personality. And three, Wade Barrett never got the title. So that automatically fails.
Kristen was a supporter of Nexus for a while, but I want to hear what her final thoughts are.
Probably the longest.
Yeah,
Out of all of
probably.
us, at least.
I gave up on Nexus basically around the time where they were a little bit before they did. Actually, it may have been when they announced that thing where how did Cena end up joining Nexus? Like,
Hell in a Cell.
That's basically like right when I heard about that match, I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah,
Except that then when we thought he was going to turn heel, I knew it was never going to turn heel.
Yeah, it was Hell in the Cell, where they announced the match that if John Cena lost, he had to join Nexus, and if Wade Barrett lost, Nexus had to break. I was actually rooting for Cena because I wanted Nexus to die. just die.
I gave up around that point because I was pretty sure it was going to be messed up either way. So I gave up on it by that point. So I probably hung on out of all of us the longest, except for Johnny, who still loves them.
Yes, Johnny will love it always.
I love every gimmick in the WWE.
Especially R-Truth.
Yeah,
Didn't you love it when Hornswoggle was the last Cruiserweight champion?
that was great booking.
I know. Don't you love it when Hornswoggle and DX had Little People's Court?
Oh, that was great booking.
I know.
Don't you like it when Hornswoggle...
Okay.
All right, the
Wait.
joke's dead. Anyways, the point is, I'll say it one more time. Those are the three reasons why I think Nexus failed. They were not looked dominant. They had no personality, and Wade Barrett never got the title. This faction accomplished nothing.
I would like to... my single and only reason that I will ever give for why Nexus was never... or never lived up to its potential, it's because David Otunga was never the leader of Nexus.
Yes, he was for like 2 minutes.
He was never the official complete leader of Nexus at one point. He did not have a lengthy run as the leader. There were points when he could have been the leader. I would have liked to see what he could have done. So I say that is why Nexus failed. I also want, I mean, there are other serious reasons why I think Nexus failed, but I think as Alex Otunga, David Otunga not being the leader makes the most sense.
All right, but as Alex Moshenko,
You can't give away my last name.
Too late.
too late.
I'm gonna bleep that then.
Nobody's
Alright.
gonna know how to spell that.
The whole point is what in all seriousness made you think they failed?
You could always announce Steve's last name. Nobody can spell that either.
Exactly. Metashevsky.
McGoogles.
McGoogles.
McGoogles. Yes.
Go
I
ahead.
promise you guys, you will never be able to spell either of those names.
My
Never.
name isn't that hard to spell.
Your last name? Your last name is so hard to spell.
Okay.
Mine is-
I
ignoring the
don't
fact.
even think I have your last name in my phone. I think you're still Big Al in my phone.
Seriously, you have me as Big Al on on
Yes.
your phone. You are
Yes.
fucking changing that right now. You
No,
are
no,
changing.
I'm not.
Okay, we are an hour and 15
Oh, wait.
minutes.
Well, wait, I have one more thing to say about Nexus. I didn't get to say anything.
That's why I was saying, come on, let's go. Say
The
it.
gnome
Okay,
king will destroy
okay.
thee.
I think Johnny Thunder, everyone.
Got it.
Anyways, I think Nexus failed all those reasons that Steve said. My problem with Nexus is that there were so many times that WWE could have done just a little thing to fix it. A little thing that could have put them back on track at several points. I feel that this could have happened. They could have done just one little thing, like when they made Cena join, they could have made him heel. That would have made the Nexus so much better at the time.
My favorite
Trying to
Nexus
think-
moment. My favorite Nexus
That's just
moment was
fun
when
because-
Justin Gabriel got an attitude adjustment onto the car window.
And
My
Terrence Young.
favorite moment of Nexus is
Yeah.
I can't name a favorite moment of Nexus because I was gonna make a joke about
About David
David
Otunga,
Otunga's-
and you can't remember, so that's the
He sucks
joke.
all the time. Yeah,
Exactly. I pointed
he
out the joke
sucks all
before you
the
made
time, so
it.
I can't really pick a moment.
I'll
Can't really
just-
pick a moment.
I'll just
Okay.
say my favorite moment of Nexus was when Daniel Bryan choked Justin Roberts with a tie. It was amazing.
Oh, I got one. My favorite moment of Nexus is when David Otunga won the tag team titles with John Cena and then was forced to lay down.
Ah, he hung up.
Gabriel pin him.
He hung up, ladies and gentlemen. He did not want to hear that.
Oh.
Rob Terry.
That was my favorite moment of Nexus.
Jessica Thunder, why do you have that beanbag? No. No!
I think
Johnny
Johnny
Thunder.
Thunder just got attacked.
Jessica Thunder, everybody.
Where's
I'm
a
going-
camera when you need it? Anyways, folks, this has been the 5th edition of Cracked Skulls with
A long
Johnny
one.
Wait,
with Johnny Thunder and
You're recording this?
Yes.
Crap.
Johnny. You get caught with recording things all the
He's
time.
off. He hung up.
Oh, anyways, folks, this has been the 5th edition of Cracked Skulls. We hope that you enjoyed this. I know that we all really went off topic and ranted a lot.
Hey, you didn't announce I was a guest, damn it.
I was actually just about to.
Okay, then never mind. Continue.
Kristen, for being I once again I apologize for the all the back and forth and the go around that we all had, which is why I give Kristen the full blame for that, for being our guest, because
Yeah,
this
that's what
does
I
not
do.
this does not happen when she is not around, when when it is only with men and it is focused, but then when women just women, that's another rant completely for another show, folks.
Please
Women.
join us. Please join us next time when Kristen
you-
wants to.
And you wonder why these guys are still virgins.
Hey, join us next time while Kristen
Huh?
wants to be a special guest and we talk about 11 dead zombies and this, that, and the other. Me being locked in a bar or cell or whatever.
No, but in all
You are-
seriousness, it was fun having her as a guest. It was fun having Johnny as a guest. Obviously, we welcome people to join as guests, so anytime anyone wants to join is welcome.
Yes, anytime anyone wants to join, just send Al a message. Be a guest, damn it.
Why me?
Or me.
Why do you need to send the crazy people to me?
Alex,
Because you sent them to me when I was making the best coffee that never became. You sent them over to me, and so I'm sending them back.
Hey, Alex, when are you going to tape your...
I waited this long to do it.
Is this,
Wow.
How much money am I getting paid for this?
Johnny, I can send you some cold Polish sausage.
All right, make sure it's warm.
Oh, that's about as good as it can get.
That's what she said.
It's a sex joke.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, yeah, everyone, good night. We're ending this show, and Kristen's a virgin, too. Have a good night, folks. This has been Cracked Skulls, Episode 5.
Don't let me end with you guys.
I have thwarted you from your kingdom, and now I am the king of ruler of whatever the.
And now I killed you.
Okay. All right. We're just going to end. We're going to end the show on this end, folks.
It's a song that never ends. Goodbye.
I'm a virgin.